everybody. Good to see you. So I'm trying this new StreamYard live, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to make comments below as we go through and make our bath bombs for today. So happy Valentine's Day. What a great day to be indoors. It's been snowing outside. It's incredible. The snow is just coming down all day, and it wasn't supposed to snow today. So happy Valentine's Day anyway. And I thought since we're indoors and I thought I'd go out for a walk here after I do this, and then I'm going to take a nice hot bath with our wonderful bath bombs. So I haven't made bath bombs before, so this is truly a live broadcast. Well, I can't say that. I actually made a bath bomb before, and it bombed. They didn't stick together, and it didn't work. So we'll see how this goes. I watched several recipes from Anne Marie. From Brambleberry, and she is a local Whatcom County, Washington State soap queen of the world, and she is amazing. I've met her personally. She just has some really great videos on the website for how to make bath bombs. And so I'm going to do a bath bomb today that is going to have some beautiful essential oils. And this time I promise I'll remember to put the essential oils in. And we are going to make some things here. So I thought we would just go ahead and get started. I actually posted earlier the recipe, and we'll see if we can do pretty good here. This recipe is quite a big recipe, actually. I think it's going to make about 10 molds. So I pulled out some of my silicone molds. This is my cupcake mold. It's silicone. I love it. I use it all the time for things. I also have a soap mold that's square. And I don't know about you guys, but bath bomb square is not so exciting. And then I also have these wonderful, I bought these at a garage sale one year, and they're shapes of eggs. And I thought that was kind of fun. Maybe they could be for Easter, a nice little gift to make people for Easter, even though it's Valentine's Day. But I've had this for a while, and I thought, you know what? Why don't we try using a combination of all these different ones here? And I also brought out my roses again, that these are the roses that I used in our chocolate. If you watched that chocolate video earlier that I did, we have right here these rose petals, or these rose buds. Aren't they fun? These rose buds came off a little rose tree that a girlfriend gave me a few years ago. And every year it produces them. I always like to pick the rose buds and dry them. So I have them for fun projects like this. So isn't it just, it's going to be really pretty when we put these in the middle of that. So we're going to keep those there. Also, what I did is I took some of the cocoa butter that we used for our chocolates, and this smells like chocolate, and I'm going to do, the recipe calls for 3 ounces of coconut oil, and I'm going to actually use 1 ounce of the cocoa butter and the rest of the coconut oil, so that we can put it in the recipe here, just to give it that nice silky softness and just that wonderful chocolate smell. And so what I have here, what we're going to start out with first is we're going to start out with the citric acid. And this is from, actually, it's non-GMO, it's very safe agent, and it has the vitamin C in it, you guys, which is really great. And this is great for making lots of things. So, and this is right here. And I wanted to make sure I had enough. The girlfriend was giving me a hard time for not measuring beforehand. So Cindy, you would be very proud of me. So I'm going to put it in here. And it calls for sifting it because it gets chunky. And you want to get all those chunks out, because if you don't, it will actually make your bath bombs not settle just right. Okay, so we're gonna crunch that in there. She also wore gloves because she wears fingernail polish, and she says that this stuff here can actually kind of ruin your fingernail polish a little bit. Well, I don't wear fingernail polish, so I'm not wearing gloves. But if you have fingernail polish on, consider wearing gloves. Now we're going to take 2 cups of baking soda. So I'm going to go ahead. You can see how chunky it is. You know, baking soda just naturally just kind of gets a little chunky sitting in the cupboard forever since I don't cook. And we're going to sift this out too. I could see why she just smashes it with her hands through. So we'll just do that here. Get all the little chunks out. Okay, and that's good. And then what we're going to do is I done some pink Himalayan salt. And she did a really cool thing where she took the pink Himalayan salt, and I have the Desert Rose Mica, which is a safe soap colorant, and it's really pretty, you guys. It's very sparkly. I don't know if you can tell how sparkly it is, but it's very luminous. And I'm going to take this is a 1/4 teaspoon and put it in the pink sea salt. Okay, and then I'm going to stir it up, and it makes the pink sea salt glisten like it's like, oh my gosh, it's really pretty. Can you see? We need to do something different with our light, Larry. It's really super pretty. And it makes it just extra glisten, almost like it's a gem. And what she did is she sprinkled them in the bottom of the trays that we're going to actually put the bath salts in. So I'm putting them in the bottom of the tray. And my egg-shaped ones, it's probably not going to work because it's completely oval and stuff. So I'm just going to put some of these in there. Okay. And then that's going to be on the top of the thing. Okay, so we got that. Now, the recipe also calls for 1 cup of extra small sea salt. And I love this company. I've mentioned them before, but they're in Woodinville, Washington, and they're called Saltworks. And they have a whole bunch of different kinds of salts and different textures and thicknesses of the grain. And so they've got Mediterranean sea salt that's super chunky. And I'm going to open this up so I can show you what it looks like. It's really, I love it. It's so beautiful, you guys. You can see how chunky this is. Nice and chunky. And then we have the really super fine salts that's not, it's just like table salt. So you can see the different textures of the salts, right? You see that there, hopefully? And to me, when they have different chunks and stuff, it's going to dissolve at different times throughout the bath. So it's really super nice to have different textures. It just makes the bath bomb really beautiful. And I also have extra chunky Epsom salt. And so this is some Epsom salt here. And so the recipe actually calls for 3 ounces of coarse pink salt and coconut oil and extra fine sea salt. So here we go. We have the 1 cup of extra fine sea salt, and then we have the 3 ounces of coarse pink salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Okay, and it's going to be there now. In here, I pre-melted some of the cocoa butter, because pre-melting the cocoa butter is a great way to make this happen. And then I've got the coconut oil. I know I brought it out. What did I do with my coconut oil? Oh, there it is, Larry. Can you bring it over for me? Oh, you guys, you got to see it snowing outside. It is snowing so beautifully. I'm going to bring the camera over and see if you can see it. Can you see the big flakes? So peaceful. It's amazing how big those flakes can really get. You can see it behind me. It's so peaceful and so quiet when it snows. When you go outside and walk in the snow, it like muffles the sound, and it's just so winter wonder peaceful. It's just amazing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pour the cocoa butter in here. And she recommended doing it slowly so that way you don't have the reaction of the salts to the liquid. Okay, and then we're going to do the cocoa butter, 2 ounces of this. Okay, and then you just stir that in. I'm really excited about this. And you get to make a nice mess in the kitchen for Larry to clean up. So that's even more fun. He's over there watching. So this kind of comes up like it's supposed to have like a texture of pie crust. So when you're making pie crust and you stir it together, it kind of has the texture of that. But I'm mixing it together because I've got all of the different textures of the salts in here and all that. Okay, and then she also recommended to go ahead and put the rest of the salts in here that I put the mica coloring with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Smells so good. Okay, now we need to get the oils in here. Don't forget the oils. I'm going to just check the texture. Look at that. It's working. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so what we got going on here then is I chose 3 essential oils to put in this blend. And because today is Valentine's Day, I thought, why not pamper yourself with a beautiful rose essential oil? And it's kind of a rare breed, you guys. Here's this rose oil. And it even comes in its special foil stamped box. And look at it, just opens up and it's just so beautiful. This oil, I chose this oil for many reasons because it is known as the queen of essential oils. It's the Swiss Army knife for women. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff here. It's snowing out. Yes, it's very beautiful and it's just coming down really hard. You think as much snow as it would be today would be in 3 feet, right? But it's very actually depressing too. During the winter times, we tend to get very depressed. It's darker out. We have shorter days. And so rose oil is really known to help open up and to, if you put it on your wrist and your neck, it really helps support the emotions in that regard. It's also really good for acne. So if you have skin issues going on and stuff, why not put that in the bath bomb? It's also good for libido. Yes, Valentine's Day, I thought maybe that might be kind of an important one, right? You can also know that it's good for PMS or that time of month, or if you're having menopause going on, sometimes it's very difficult to get through those times. And it's just a beautiful smell. And so I'm going to go ahead and normally I like to put it, mix it in with the oils before I put it in the batch. So I'm going to open this up. I don't think I've ever opened this up. Yeah, it's been open. And Larry looked up for me the price of this oil. And what did I do with that, Larry? Here we go. So the price of this oil, retail, this bottle, it's 5 ml, is $366.67. But if you get a wholesale membership, it's only $275. So you're saving yourself almost $100 having a wholesale membership. So it's so worth it. And remember, only 1 drop is all you need. So we are going to go ahead and add some oil to my fractionated oil and coconut oil batch here, just so that I can have it, I can actually use it to put throughout the batch a little easier, okay? The next oil, and if you don't want to buy the 5 ml, you can actually buy the Rose Touch. And this oil comes in a already diluted touch oil, just to make it a little more affordable. The retail price of this 10 ml bottle that's already stretched is $93.33 and wholesale at $70. So even a wholesale membership is still worth getting a wholesale membership just to buy that oil. It lasts forever, you guys. I've had this oil for a very long time. So remember, just 1 drop. Now, the other oil that I love putting together and having in the bath, because a lot of times, we're very somber and just getting nice and relaxed, but I like to invigorate myself too. I like to waken up those cells and get them moving. And I love spearmint. And if we put these 2 smells together, I really like it. It's just like this lovely, happy oil. Now, we talked about making perfumes the other day, and we have, when you combine like floral oils with citrus oils and mint oils and grounding oils, you get a really nice bouquet. And so sometimes it's really helpful when you're wanting to make different scents and stuff to actually look up like different diffuser blends or perfume blends, and then you can use that mixture for here. One of the mixtures that I've looked up was a spa mixture for having a nice spa. And spearmint and eucalyptus together are just amazing. So eucalyptus, being a tree, is very grounding and will help support all of that. It's also very helpful for the muscles. So spearmint is really good for indigestion, respiratory issues, especially during this time right now. A lot of people start getting those seasonal flus or colds going on, and this will help open up those airways. It will help you have more focus. And if you're depressed, that's the big reason why I've got this here, or fatigued, it's very supportive in that. And also, it's very supportive for your nervous system too. So when I smell the oils, I'm going to go ahead and add 3 drops here to this batch. Okay, 3 drops. And with eucalyptus, I had you look up eucalyptus too, right, Larry? No, I think I did. Eucalyptus, again, is going to help relieve the cold symptoms and help invigorate your respiratory. And again, I like it for my muscles, and it just helps me wake up. And it's really intoxicating. It's wonderful in a bath. And I'm going to do 3 drops of this too. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour it in our batch here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue mixing this up. Oh my gosh. This smells wonderful. Now, the recipe also calls for some witch hazel. And I happen to have just a little bit of witch hazel, and that helps kind of stick things together a little bit and kind of wetting it down a little bit. This is beautiful, you guys. Looks wonderful. And it has the great pie crust consistency to it. And with the witch hazel, of course, I don't have for some reason, I can't find the spray bottle, so I'm makeshifting. This is a really old witch hazel bottle that I had for a long time. And I'm just going to take some of it and just spray it in the container here. And it works just fine. Maybe. Here we go. So that's all she did in the video. So let's hope that's all we need. She just said just a little bit. Okay, now I also brought out, I had purchased one of these at the store a long time ago when Brambleberry had their store downtown. I'm so sad that they closed it. But she said you just pack this in really tight in this little disc. Okay, so I've got one of them packed in. And then we're going to do the other one here. She said pack it in really tight. Okay, and then we're supposed to be able to put these together somehow. Yeah, it's sticking. That is so exciting. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so there's the round one. Now we're going to go into doing and packing in the, this smells wonderful, you guys. I'm going to pack this in on my cupcake things. And she said, just pack it in. I don't know, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I got a mess on my counter. I need your help, then. Let me clear this off so everybody can see what I'm doing here. This mica is just really pretty. She had suggested to use a product that will help the mica from not putting a ring around your tub. And that product is called polysorbate. And I just didn't have any. She said it's not necessary to use the polysorbate. And so I'm not going to use very much mica because I don't want to have a ring around the tub. And but if you do have polysorbate, then you can make the coloring of the batch just a little bit more. And so what I'm doing here, hopefully you can see, and I'm going ahead and I'm putting everything in the cupcake thing. Okay, I'm going to need those things there. Yeah. And I'm putting them in here. And so I just finished packing these up. And then she says you want to refrigerate it for 24 hours. And so with these cupcake ones, I'm not going to use the rose petals on that. I'm just going to go ahead and make this one. Just simple. And we're just packing them in really good. You guys, it smells amazing. I can't wait to try it. Okay, so there's one, all packed in. Very nice. Okay, so we've got a round one, and we've got, now we're going to, this is supposed to be able to lock together. I know I just have it too full. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to try and do some eggs. And I don't have enough to fill all of this up, but I'm going to just do a couple eggs here. Because I thought it would be fun. And then when you make them all nice and pretty on top, we can put the rose petals on that. And this just might be too big to fit in the refrigerator. Okay. That's all of the mixture, including the stuff I have on the counter. And who wants one of these? Who would like to come over and get one of these? Now that we're in phase 2, as of today, thank you, Governor Jay Inslee, for waking up and allowing our businesses and restaurants to open up for Valentine's Day dinner. I think that's incredible. But here we go. So that's our bath bombs for today. And, you know, take a look at the different oils and stuff that you have and see how you would like to use that inside your bath bombs. And there's another way that, you know, a lot of people like to make baths so that they can detox their bodies and stuff. So that's another way to help support your healthy habits in this 21-day challenge. But I think today is more chocolates and wine. And then tomorrow would be when you want to do a detox. So, okay, I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I will go ahead and stop this this live broadcast, and we'll talk to you later. Happy Valentine's Day with love. Sending you all the love and all in on oils, everybody. God bless. Thank you.